We're live.
Hi, everyone. This is Will Faerber, and once again here on Thursday afternoons, we're here with Ron and Darcy Branchini. And exciting news today is that Ron has a new horse here that they've just bought a couple of days ago, or yesterday maybe even. So we're looking forward to getting him started. This morning. So he's new to all hands here. Evidently, he was someone's horse who got frustrated with him and decided to pass him on. So hopefully he's going to do much better with this type of work than he was doing before. So have you done a little work in hand with him? What have you done so far? Anything at all?
Walked him around the indoor with a halter on, pretty much. That's
okay.
It. You know, I mean,
let's try some work in hand and see how it goes, shall we? So start in a circle here.
Come on, buddy.
You go over his head, and let's see where we get to. Of course, he doesn't know any of this, so it may take a moment. He's certainly a good-looking horse.
The distractions of outside.
Yep.
But he's settling in pretty good for being at the barn for 6 hours.
Yeah, well, he looks like he has a really nice mind. I'm liking what I'm seeing here. Liking the flesh as well. So this will be his first attempt at work in hand. Very nice. I don't think he's going to be a difficult one. So keep trying to increase the activity of the hind legs behind so we get a little more active step. But they're really nice.
Come on, buddy.
You just got to keep trying to increase the tempo of the step there a little bit, getting a little more energy out of him. There, as soon as you get that, he starts to step forward. First, you want to find the stretch, really nice. A little more active again. Every time you feel him stall, it's all about creating the energy behind to get that started before anything else can happen. Keep trying to yield the hindquarters a little bit away. Once again, getting a little more activity out of him. There you go. Now go ahead and stop him right there and reward him and go ahead and change direction. Since this is just the very first time you've done that, that's actually really good. So let's reward him. And go ahead and ask him to stretch all the way down when you got the thing in your hand there, just to help out a little bit. Anything helps getting him going. But that was really good. First attempt at that, I'd say that was pretty excellent. I think this horse is just waiting for you to buy him.
Yes, I think he was. Come on. I don't know if he's ever been walked on this side.
You may find it a little different. Yeah.
Come on, walk on.
It looks like he hasn't been in a while.
That's a good boy.
There you go, like that.
That's a good boy. Come on. Walk. Walk on. You're okay. You can walk. Walk on. Come on, walk.
Another step.
Walk on. Walk. Walk. Walk on.
That's getting better. Keep working that.
Good boy.
Yeah.
That's a good boy. Walk on. Good boy.
There we go. It's getting better. Keep working that. Just keep trying to increase the activity of those hind legs. Basically, all you got to think about. There you go. Stop and pat him on the neck right there and reward him.
Boy.
It was fantastic.
Good job.
And go ahead and go back to the other direction again.
There you go, buddy.
Very nice.
Okay, come on.
Got that idea? What a good boy.
Good boy. Come on, walk on.
Yeah, good job. Like that. Good. Just keep trying to increase the activity behind. There you go. Good.
Come on.
Good. There, good. And go ahead and reward him again. And change back to the other side. That's really great right there. Really nice.
Good boy. Mark. I'm live on Facebook right now. One of my buddies just stopped in. Come on, buddy. Come on. Come on. That's it.
There, good. This is getting much better. Keep working on this. Just keep trying to increase the activity behind. Softening. There you go. Beautiful into that now. Just like that. Really nice.
Good job.
Really nice. Do him again.
Boy.
What a good fellow.
Boy.
And go ahead and go back the other way again. He almost acts like he might have been trained correctly sometime in his life. Coming around to this very quickly.
Yeah. I did ride, I just walked him under saddle.
Yep.
And he, I let him stretch. He had the full, they're short reins, but he was all the way down.
Like that.
Good boy.
Really nice here.
Come on.
Really excellent. Notice that as soon as he stretches down, we get that big step out of him. The back end starts to work better. That's what we're looking for.
Good boy. Good boy doesn't mean treat. Come on, walk on.
Yeah, so I keep going. Right? Yeah, there we go. Like that. Really good. Really good. Keep that going. Good. Really nice. Like that. Really good. Notice how as soon as he stretches, we start getting a little more active step. Really good there. Really great. Great job.
Come on.
Very, very nice. Good, good. That's really great. That's really nice. Wow, what a lovely horse. Like that. Wow, really, really good. Good. Go ahead and pat him on the neck, stop, and change directions one more time. That's really great. Couldn't ask him to be much nicer than that.
Good boy.
Duke, his name is Duke.
Duke.
Duke is a good name.
Duke Ferdinand.
Duke Ferdinand. What is his breeding? Do you know?
Hanoverian cross with Calvin. Hanoverian and Halflinger.
Oh, really? Very nice.
Ooh. And I sent you his, didn't I send you his registration breed? It was Damon.
Yeah. Was he registered as what? What's his registration? An Oldenburg?
Warm blood.
Just warm blood.
Yeah, American warm blood.
Oh, American warm blood. Okay.
Good boy. That's it.
Really nice.
That's it.
Really nice. Fantastic. Really fantastic. Lovely work. How completely different in that stretch. All of a sudden he starts walking, starts stepping regularly. That's really great.
Come on.
Really nice. Like that. Good job. Really good. Really good. Couple more steps. Correct it one more time.
Walk on.
Nice. There we go. Really, really good. Really good now. Very nice. One more time into that stretch, all the way there like that, really nice. And you can stop there. That's really good. I couldn't ask this horse to be any nicer than that, Ron. That's pretty fantastic. Let's put him on the lunge line with some long side reins on and see what that looks like now.
Okay.
That was great.
I haven't had him on a lunge line yet, so this will be his first time.
Yep.
So did you want me to, I guess I got to add the string back, right?
Yeah, just add some long side. Yeah, side reins probably need a string to make them long enough. Put them down low to start with. See how he does.
Come here, buddy. Come on. Did you get a chance to look at those pictures I sent you of the saddle on him?
Oh no, where did you send those to?
I texted them to you.
Let me see. Pictures of the saddle?
Yeah, the saddle on him, fit-wise.
Okay. Let's see what. You say you texted them?
Yes, I did.
There's a text about the saddle, but no pictures
no
of
pictures?
the saddle.
Okay. That's fine. I'll send them to you. The saddle fits well. It doesn't rock on him at all. It's a little high in the front, but that was before I put the girth on.
It's sitting pretty nicely right now, from what I see here.
And it's not bridging or anything, so it's pretty close. Shoulder
now, just looking at him standing from here, we can see how he has that little dip in front of his hips there. Hopefully, we'll get rid of that before too long.
We know how to do that.
Yes, we do.
Hey, Darcy, you want to hold him for a minute while I just get this lined up? That'd be awesome. No, I'm going to lunge him. Yep, I'm going to go a little bit further back.
Mark was like, oh, why'd you put another horse? I forgot we're on the internet.
my cycling buddy was commenting on getting another horse, and he's got. Then I got to tell him about how many bicycles we own. So he's stepping on the string that I had that just fell on the floor. Can you walk on that?
Well, it's amazing how much people pay for bicycles these days.
Oh, believe me.
Yes.
I don't have my mic on.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about bicycles.
Ron spends a lot of money on bicycles, Will.
I only have 2.
I keep telling him he should sell mine, but he says it's not worth anything.
Cycling is cheaper than joining a gym, though.
Yep.
It's good for your lungs.
You know, I gave up. All I do now is work on the farm here, and it seems to have gotten me in very good shape.
Oh, I know that feeling.
Yeah.
I don't ride like I used to.
You're a farmer now.
Yes, I am. I'm pretty good with that line trimmer, cleaning the fence lines.
Nice.
I am.
Uh,
A couple times I've done that ditch.
I don't know about that.
One, two, three, four.
Well, when you own a farm, you've always got something to do.
Yes, we do.
Matter of which one are you going to do first?
Exactly.
So, Will, that's
Fine to start with.
start there. Okay.
That's a bit on the long side, but let's just see what he does to start with.
Yeah.
Since we don't know how he's going to react.
Yeah, that's where Will wants it low.
This is just to see what he does. We'll probably change it as soon as we get him going, but let's see what he knows or doesn't know about being lunged.
Maybe it just said it tastes good.
Are you going to take these off?
Yes. I'm gonna go to the right first.
Left.
Left first.
This is the left.
Yeah. Left or right? What do you think?
Left.
Doesn't matter. Start to the left, that's fine.
What are you doing?
Trying to get around you, but you're like,
Uh,
you're not moving.
Do you know what this is? Can you bring me some treats too? When you get a chance? Thank you. You ever been on a lunge line before, Duke?
got to believe he probably has. Nice.
Well, I don't know if Ron told you, but we did learn, or we figured out that like the footing is deeper on the side near the camera. It's less deep on the other side. They're coming out to fix it soon, but
good.
I think it's good to stay a little farther in the ring because
Okay.
it's really deep on this side. Actually, it's a
Okay.
little over 3 inches on this side.
Well, I like how he's starting out in the walk here already. I like his walk there, right there. That's really nice. Notice how as soon as he went into that stretch, all of a sudden we have a 4-beat walk. Really good. I'm going to have you go ahead and stop and shorten those side reins a little bit. They're a little bit droopy there. I don't want to step into one. Let's go ahead and take those up a little bit.
And who? Wow.
Boy, what a good boy.
Good boy there.
He has the right. He's just been waiting for somebody to let him do this. Has a lovely expression on his face. He really looks like an intelligent creature.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I mean, he self-loads, put a bucket in there, he'll just go right in by himself. He unloads by himself. Yeah, he's really kind of nice.
We were just offered one that sounded kind of similar to this horse, but then we also heard it also cribbed and had some other issues with. Nope.
Yeah.
There is nothing worse than having a cribber in your barn.
Okay, buddy. Walk on. Walk on.
Come here, you. That's really good. Really nice. Lovely walk. I like that.
Think we should shorten him some more?
Yeah, just keep asking for a little bit more activity, but this is really very good. Right there. That's a nice walk right there. Pretty fantastic. That's really good. Really good. Then go ahead and ask him to trot.
Trot.
Very nice. Wow. Very nice.
Trot.
Yeah, really good. Really nice. Go ahead and let him walk. We can take those side reins up a little more. They're still kind of bouncing a little bit. So go ahead and take them up.
And walk.
That's really good.
And walk. And go. Oh. Good boy.
Very good fellow.
Good boy.
It's amazing to me how many horses now, beautiful horses, are practically given away every day because people just ride them upside down until they don't want to go anymore, and then they just think there's something permanently wrong with them.
Yep. Oh, buddy. You're a good boy. Okay, walk on. Walk on.
Nice. Good. That's really good. Really nice. That's really great, Ron. Couldn't ask this horse to be any nicer than this. Wow.
Drop.
Good. Nice. And let him walk again.
And walk. Walk on.
And then let him halt and just change directions. That's really good.
Ooh.
This horse was just waiting for someone to do it correctly.
Yep. Move out.
Go ahead and let him trot. Since it's his first day. Make him a little more active, try to yield the hindquarters a little bit more. There we go, good job. Very nice. Very nice. How old is this horse, Ron?
He'll be 6 in January.
He's just 6. Wow. That's really good. Every time he comes up, ask for that activity again, using the hindquarters. It's really fantastic. Really nice.
Come on, trot. Trot. Trot.
And walk again. We can go ahead and take some more of the slack out of these reins. Maybe you want to just go ahead and attach them without the extra ropes there. I don't think you need them.
Yeah, I think that we're at the last hole, so I could just put it to.
Yeah, so go ahead and just put them on normally. But that's really good.
You're a good boy. Did you get those tree
A
stars?
lovely fellow.
Good boy. Super humid day again today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little warm out here again, too. Not too bad.
Just attach it to the.
Did you guys get any of the remnants of that hurricane that just came up the East Coast?
Yeah, a couple of days ago it rained, but not the last one. No.
Not a bad one.
So I'm just going through the billet.
Yeah.
Yeah, billet when the first hole.
We're basically taking the slack out.
I think Calvin and Duke are the same age.
Mm.
So he may be turning 7 this year. Maybe he's turning 7. He just turned 6, yeah. Do you want me to change direction or stay in this direction? Well,
Either one doesn't make a difference. You can stay in the same direction for a minute. Whichever.
yeah, first hole. Good boy. Okay, buddy. Walk on.
Nice. What a good boy. Good. That's more like it. Go ahead and ask him to trot.
Trot.
Good. Really good now. Good. And let him walk again.
And walk.
Nice, very nice. And go ahead and halt and change directions.
Oh.
Couldn't be happier with what I've seen here, Ron. Really nice horse.
Thank you.
Really nice horse.
It's Darcy found him for me. She said
That's
she was going to
great.
find me a horse.
How far away was he?
About 4 miles away.
Oh, wow.
Come on, buddy. Gotta walk on. Come on, walk on. Walk. Not used to working this much.
Well, he certainly was from that lesson we saw the other day.
Good boy.
Really nice. I'll go ahead and ask him to trot.
Trot. Trot.
Yeah, good. Good. Really nice. Just to get a look at it, go ahead and ask him to canter as you come to the next wall, and let's see what that looks like.
Canter. Canter.
Yeah. Very nice. Right into a stretch. Really good. Really good. Go ahead and ask for the canter one more time, so when we ask him down, it's your idea.
Canter. Canter.
At the wrong lead, so just trot and start again.
And trot. And trot.
Good. Lovely wants to go in that stretch. Great. And one more time, asking him to canter.
Canter. Canter.
Whip a little bit. There you go. Good.
Canter.
Let's trot again. Correct the lead.
And trot.
Give him a little bigger circle. Try that one more time.
Canter. Canter. Canter.
You probably need to give him a little tap of that whip at this point.
Good. Canter.
Let's get the wrong lead again, so bring him back to a trot. Good. Now ask again as you come to the next wall over there.
Canter.
Right there. Right. Oh, almost got it. Nope. Still wants to get the wrong lead. Interesting.
And trot.
Trot again.
Trot.
Let him go closer towards the wall so that when you ask for the canter, you're just coming right to the wall. So he just kind of blocks that shoulder a little bit. On the trot though. Right
Canter.
there. Good. That's got it. Now right back to the trot before he loses it.
And trot.
That's it. Just let him settle in the trot now. Really nice. Lovely.
Trot on.
Really good. When it comes up, just push those hindquarters away again a little bit.
Drop.
Yields the hindquarters, begins to engage. There, and back into the stretch.
Drop.
There, good. And again. There. Good there. Now let him walk.
And walk. And walk.
Very nice. What a good boy. Go ahead and change directions.
And ooh. Okay, buddy. Come on, walk on. Good boy.
Really nice. And next time he stretches, and ask him to trot, but wait till he stretches. Like there, now trot. We don't worry about it being a perfect transition, but we just want to go from the stretch to start with. Good. Really nice. Really nice. Really nice work. Stretch there, good. Really good. And let him walk again. Wait till he gets one more stretch. Sorry, wait till he gets back in the stretch again. Now ask him to walk. Good. And let's get you up mounted on him. That's really good. I couldn't be happier, Ron. I was not seeing any holes in this horse anywhere. Looks like one that may have been trained correctly before they bought him. He's so happily doing this work.
Good boy.
He seems to get what we're at here.
Yep. Come on, buddy. Side reins on.
No, take everything off.
Okay.
We'll take them off. I think we'll be fine without it. Start with. Hey, Duke, you're looking good there, buddy. He's my favorite color horse. I love a dark bay horse.
Yeah. Sharp looking.
The best-minded horses I've ever seen in my life have all been dark bays like this for some reason or another. Kind of horses that just have a really good attitude.
Hey, buddy. Yeah. Darcy, I thank you very much for finding Duke for me.
See if he lasts, if there really is something there, I don't know.
Take that off. Yep. Thank you. So I haven't been on with my saddle, so I'm thinking should be pretty good.
Yeah, it looks like a pretty good fit there. It's certainly sitting nice and pretty well balanced
He's
on
got
them.
a nice room in his
Seeing any problems?
for his shoulders, withers. Hey, buddy. Everything's not where it should be. Probably.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Ooh, there we go.
Okay, come on, walk this way.
Good.
Come
Let's just start on a circle here at this end. He's looking at the door outdoor. Why don't we go out there in that nice green grass? He's thinking.
Walk on.
Just stretch yourself up a little bit in your saddle there. Be sure and lift your chest. Get yourself, find your seat bones.
Come on. Walk on.
Put your whip in your left hand so you have it on the inside there. There you go. And if you'll just stretch out, that's just what we want to see. You can see when you got on the saddle, his back collapsed a little bit, and we saw the dip become a little bigger there behind the saddle there. So he's got a little bit of weakness there in his back. But he's quickly getting to the stretch, so I think we'll be able to repair that very quickly. Once again, staying on your circle here to the left, enough in the center there that you get him away from that door there. And just like we did from the ground, just keep trying to activate that back end till we get a regular step like that, and he stretches into it. If it comes up again, just correct it again. If we are consistent in time, the horse starts getting consistent as well. But every time they come up, we just have to change it. When he stretches into the contact, we do nothing at all once he gets where we want him to be, even if it's only for a second. Not bad there. Once again, keep increasing the activity of the step. I love how he's wanting to stretch out in front of you, but we got to get more activity out of his back end there in order to get him to really start stepping with you there. So just keep asking for more walk is all we're looking for, just getting that walk a little more active. Try to stay on the circle there so he doesn't go straight. That'll help you to keep him over his back there. Come on. We always want to stay and work on a circle until we get the horse working over its back and stretching into the contact. It's always harder if we go straight, or usually. They're starting to get a little more active there. Keep working on that. Just little taps so we get him to stretch out in front of you. There you go, like that. He's pretty much, if you get enough activity, he goes right there. Really good. Another little tap. You might want to put your, now if you feel like he's drifting outside, then put your whip in your outside hand for a moment.
Yeah. Probably. Walk.
Once again, once you get yourself straightened out, you feel like you're going to one side or another?
No, not really. I mean, the saddle looks pretty good. It didn't move. He's got room for his withers and everything. Come.
You feel like it might be too high in front?
No, not really.
Okay, well then once you get that though, so you're very round shouldered right now. So now I need you to sit up. As you found your seat bones in the saddle, then we need to flatten those shoulder blades into our back because that's making him very uncomfortable. When you lean over like that, throws the horse totally out of balance, or even just by dropping your shoulders that much, the horse can't find its center of gravity underneath you if we're not in balance with ourselves. Another little tap. Just keep giving some little taps. We try to get him away from that inside leg. He starts moving a little more actively.
Come on.
Still a little more active. Just still not generating enough activity to get him to step behind. Maybe give him a little stronger tap with your whip there. If you feel like he's drifting out to the right, put your whip in your right hand. You feel like sometimes we need it on the outside. So generally speaking, we put the whip on the side of the predominant leg, which is usually the inside, but not always. There, that's getting better. That's getting better. He's trying to get there.
He was ridden with stirrups, by the way.
He was ridden with what?
With spurs.
Oh, spurs, yeah.
Yeah, spurs, sorry.
So they had him dead-sided. That's coming nicely now. Yeah, good, like that. Really nice now. Now go ahead and try to keep this and see if you can go large down the long side. See if you can keep increasing the tempo a little bit of the step.
Okay.
That's good. Really good. Keep that going. There you go. Not bad at all for a first day of doing this. Just keep trying to increase the activity of the step. Go ahead and change the rein across the next diagonal.
I think he's interested in the mirrors.
Yep. Good, and change on the diagonal. That's really good. Really nice. Once you change directions, it's on a big circle here in the center there again. Once again, working on that stretch all the way down. Keep trying to add a little activity. Watch that you're not starting to round your shoulders forward again. Keep your head lifted up on top of your shoulders. Chest lifted a little bit. Shoulders flattened into your back. And feel like you find your balance over your seat bones. Really good there. That's really good. Now let's try a little trot on him and see what happens. So wait till the next time he stretches down. Now just ask him to trot. Don't worry about making a perfect transition. Just get him into a trot as best you can, and then we'll see if we can straighten him out.
Come on, buddy.
But of course, stay on the circle. And see if you can make a transition to trot.
Come on, trot.
Yeah, keep working on it. Keep a little stronger tap if you don't get what you wanted.
Trot.
Keep trying. Say trot to him and use your whip a little bit stronger. There you go. Like that. Stay there with him. Your hands relaxed. Try not to be taken against his mouth. Keep rising. There you go. Hands steady. Try not to pull back on him as you go up and down the saddle. Keep the hands light. And just that feel of your inside rein. Remember how we used to do on the other horse as well? Same kind of thing, but without pulling back on him. Just keep trying to increase that a little bit just to see what's possible here. There you go. Almost there. Start to want to stretch a little bit. Keep it going. There you go. Keep it going. Think about that open leading rein of just opening your right hand to the inside, just getting a little feel of the inside rein. There you go, like that. Just try to keep that without getting too much on the outside. Try that again. Keep it going for a moment. Just see if we can get there with him. That's getting better. Keep it going for a moment. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Keep going. Tap now.
I want to check my girth.
Yeah, just, you can go ahead and come back to the walk and let him stretch in the walk. We're trying to check out what is possible here today.
Yeah, I just think the saddle is slipping a little bit because I kept getting thrown off to one side.
Go ahead and tighten it up then if you need to.
Come on here, Darcy.
Well, when the girls next come to town, just have them check that saddle fit.
Yeah.
I'm just seeing if you're sitting, it's putting you a little chair seat now. A little bit, your legs are going out in front of you more than they were on your other horse. So this tells me you may need to be balanced a little bit at some point. Do you guys have one of those shim pads?
Yeah.
You might want to put the shim pad and put the shims behind once and see what that does.
Okay. Yeah, it seemed like it was a little high in the front.
Right. Now, of course, that usually means it has to be widened.
Yeah.
So there's nothing that shims are going to do about that. And that may be the issue. But try to shim the back and see if it makes a little bit of a difference.
Okay, come on, buddy. Work on.
Let's go ahead and go to the left now. Go ahead and change directions. Good, and that's stretching the walk, good. Just try to increase the tempo there a little bit. Keep trying to get a little more stronger walk out of him. We get something that's like a walk. Loving the fact that he wants to stretch, though. That's more like it. Keep working that walk. There, good. Good, like that. Very nice. Like that. Now let's go ahead and try a little trot in this direction. I'm not expecting it to be great here. We'll just see. I just want to see what he does.
Trot.
See where we're at.
Trot.
Correct your rising diagonal. There you go. You got it now. There you go. Just wanted to stretch for you. There you go. Good. Keep it going like that. Good job. Good job. Good job. Keep going. Yeah, good, good, good. Good.
Come on, buddy. Boy, he's totally different than the
Well, I mean, we watched that lesson with her. I mean, here the horse was just being ridden completely upside down, forced to do everything they were trying to do with him.
Yeah.
And go ahead and trot one more time. Let's try that again. You were almost there. You had him stretching.
Trot.
That's it. Good. Keep that going. Keep going with it for a minute. There you go, into that stretch there. Now go ahead and walk.
And walk. And walk.
Very nice. And let him stretch out there. Very good. Let's stop with that right there today. Ron, I couldn't be happier. I think this is a lovely horse. I think you've really done well here. It just really seems like a horse that just wants to do this correctly. And I think you're going to have very few problems with him. But we can see that he needs to now, the lunge work will help you get him fit and get him starting to go more regularly, so that's really important. But you can certainly go right ahead now and start riding this one along. It's pretty much the work today that we did is pretty much what you want to be doing with him.
Okay.
Get him on at the end, got a good stretch in the walk, and just keep trying this trot work. It's going to come very quickly with him. So
yeah, I've got to get used to his rhythm because it's different than what I was used to. And
Got a little. He's going to have a lot more thrush than Trigger.
Yeah.
But don't forget about Trigger. Keep him working so we can
Oh no, he's my guy.
keep improving him.
Yep. No.
But that was really lovely. I think you really did well here for a first time working with the horse. You couldn't have asked him to do much more than what we did here. So really, really good.
Yeah.
We didn't find any big holes in him, and when he looks lovely when he went into the stretch. So
yeah, yeah, that's awesome. I'm very excited.
Really, really nice. Wish I had one like it for myself. That's
Too little short for you though.
Yeah, probably so. He doesn't look too short. How big is that horse? Like 16'2"?
No, 15'2". I'm 5'9", so yeah, he's the same size as Trigger. He's just not as downhill.
Oh, really? God, he looks certainly way bigger than that. I would have never thought he was that small. Wow, that's really, really good. So really nice. So anyway, couldn't be happier with what I see here. Any questions today with him?
Nope. I'm gonna put him on a routine. Know what I want to do.
Yeah.
Start riding him. I got to tell you, I have to use a lot more pressure on him to get him to walk and also to trot. And I don't know if that's because. Yeah. Go ahead.
Well, if they were the way I saw him being ridden, he's totally upside down, and they're spurring the hell out of him, trying to make him go. So he's just gonna you've got to get resensitized when he starts working correctly. But what we thought is, I mean, this horse wants to work correctly. I mean, it was just no problem. I mean, nothing with this. He wants to go in the right. He's got it in his mind. I wouldn't be surprised if this horse had some pretty decent training to begin with, because other than the fact that his back's a little dipped. I mean, he looks nice. He's got he doesn't look totally upside down like Trigger did when you started him with a totally upside down U-neck and all that. So I think you found a good one here, man. I'm excited for you. This is great.
That's really, awesome. Really I'm excited too. I can't wait till next week.
Yeah. So you might want to just like do a day not on him and then ride him the next day, just to give, because what he needs is that lunge work and stuff, just to get his own motor going consistently, so that when you get up there, he's got a little more sense of go.
Yeah, I think I've got kind of a game plan. I'm gonna work him this weekend, just doing hand work, get him used to that, and get that looking good, and then do the lunging, make sure he looks good at that. Then I'll get on him and walk him. You know what I mean? Make sure I get a nice stretch. Just so we can kind of get that, and then I'll build him up to the trot.
Perfect. So, really, really good work, man. Be happy.
Awesome.
All right, we'll take a little break, and then we'll see Calvin in just a few minutes.
Sounds good.
Thanks, everybody, for joining us today. This is an exciting day seeing Ron's new horses. Hope you all enjoyed that. I did. It looks like a really great prospect. So we'll see you all in a few minutes. Thank you for joining us today.
guys are live.
Okay, we're live.
Okay. Hi, everybody. It's Will Faerber again. We're here with Darcy, Branchini, with Calvin. We just had a lot of fun with Ron's new horse. How's Calvin been doing this week?
He's been doing good. I think our biggest challenge has been this footing, and we do have our contractor coming back, but basically it's really, we discovered it's deeper on this end than it is on the far end. So I've been sort of staying to the middle, to the back, because I just don't want him to hurt himself in this. It's pretty deep right here, so.
Okay, let's start with some little work in hand today to see that. We didn't see that last time, so let's have a little to start with. Off to a good start.
Come on.
You can go ahead and turn by the center line there and do a leg heel to the right. Already got a pretty active step going on. Really got to that.
The active step came in when he saw the poop.
Good. I love how active his step is. Very good. Now go ahead onto a circle here. And I want you to go ahead and bring him up in the reins a little bit. So we're going to work on bringing him into a working walk a little bit. So we're shortening the reins, getting a little closer to him, bringing his pole up a bit, and keeping him soft in the contact by just giving and taking lightly with your fingers, never letting it become a rigid or pull. But there may be some times that we have to stop for just a moment. Let's stay on a circle now with this. So let's begin to put him a little more shoulder forward. So begin to activate that outside hind leg, inside hind leg a little bit, pushing it a little more to the outside. We bring him up a little bit and ask him to step up into the frame a little better, like that. On the circle. A little more shoulder forward. A little more of a shoulder in on the circle. Coming nicely. Now go ahead and go large. Down the long side and come back towards me in the shoulder in off the next long side. Down the next long side. A little more active behind. It's getting a little slow now. I'm trying to keep it up. You've got to stop. Check that out. Same as it was a minute ago. Getting there, right about. That's pretty good. Keep it active. Sure, we want to feel now him a little more in the outside rein as we start to do here. So as we begin to control more with the outside rein, it's not so much just the inside rein. That's a pretty good position right there, though. Very nice. Now stretch him all the way down on the circle after that. Push his hindquarters out just a little bit, just to get the stretch a little bit deeper. Let's get him a little more shoulder forward on our circle. As we get the stretch down, a little more shoulder forward. Keep working that until he gets over his little pissiness there. That's getting better. Steps getting bigger, starting to get deeper into the stretch. Now bring him, stay on the circle, but bring him up again. And make him come a little bit more shoulder forward so you can really begin to work him into that outside rein. So stay on your circle. Shouldn't be any straight lines on that circle there. Keep that outside rein back there like the withers there. Now bring him a little more into a shoulder in. Hindquarters a little bit more to the outside now. Begin to ask him to step under a little bit more. We're going to keep him up in this working walk. Softening a little bit. We just get a little more flexion at the jaw and poles. He softens a little bit more. Be sure that you're taking your contact on the outside as well. Sometimes that looks a little bit too slack. Once again, hindquarters to the outside again. He kind of swapped on you. So think about trying to keep that consistent. Hindquarters more to the outside. He's fallen. His shoulders are to the outside now instead of the hindquarters. Ask them to move over a little bit more on your circle. There, like that. That's more like it. There, now it's starting to get there like that. So it starts to be in a shoulder in on the circle. Kind of lost it there a little bit, kind of fell apart because his shoulder fell out and the haunches fell in. Go ahead and go large again down the next long side, shoulder in down the long side. And now shoulder in. A little bit more active step. Keep him up in your outside range. There, that's getting better. Now, as you come to the end of the long side here, I want you to try to stop on the rail right there and just keep him soft in the range. Keep softening him as you do and ask him to come to a halt. I'm trying to keep him a little more in the bridle while we make the halt there, just softening and giving and taking a little bit. Go ahead and step right on again, right back into the shoulder forward, right through the short side here as you come around the corner, kind of pulled up out of it. So you got to give him a little more tap and try to keep him more active behind as you make that transition. Stay on the circle here. Once again, now bring him back up again, but I want you to move the hindquarters to the outside. So you begin to be a little more demanding about getting to step over a little bit more into the outside rein. Haunches a little more to the outside now still. Haunches to the outside, bring the shoulders in. Haunches to the outside. Haunches a little more to the outside there. Now it's starting to happen a little bit more. Give a tap with the whip. Tap. Tap again. Come on, move, make it a little more active there. He starts to step up a little bit more into it. That's better there. There, as you come around that corner. That's better. There. Now stretch him all the way down again. There, but make it more active. As he stretches down, make the step bigger. So he stretches down. It's not just be lazy and fall in a heap on your front end, but keep coming through behind as you stretch down, which is the key to all this. There, a little more active still want a bigger step, tap, better. Now bring him up again through the short side, and again, a shoulder in down the next long side. Keep the shoulder in, and at the same time, you're going to be softening this jaw and pole here a little bit, so we get a little more flexion. That's it. Get your outside rein contact. A little too much inside rein there for a second. There, right there is pretty good. Right there is pretty good. Now ask him to halt again.
And whoa, whoa.
That's it. That's better. Give and take. That was better than the last time. He didn't get totally away from you that time. Good. Now step out to the middle and change directions again. So just want to keep working on this till you get to the point where you can stop him and he doesn't just pull his head up every time you ask him to stop. So it takes practicing it and just a lot of times just going through the little step and stop, softening him, going back and doing it again. There we go, all the way down in that. Go ahead and go large down the long side now, keeping that stretch, but making it a little more active. See if you can get it to lengthen down the long side while we're in the stretch. Even a little more. Tap again. A little bigger step. Bigger step. Tap again, get a little more active. Get a little bit more than he wants to just give you. Go ahead and turn by the center line at the top. It's getting better there. Turn by the center line at the top and leg yield to the left again. That's up and over. There you go. Better there. A little more step over. Now onto your circle here at this end, shoulder 4 on the circle. Really make an effort to get those hindquarters to the outside. Slow down, that's it. Hindquarters start moving to the outside and bring him up when we start doing this, so we have more control over the outside line of the horse. So begin to bring up that outside rein a bit. You've got to shorten both reins now. I want you to bring him up a little bit, shorten your reins, get closer to him. Now, hindquarters to the outside. A little more actively. Yeah, it's getting better now. It's starting to soften a little bit. And when I say soften, meaning he's beginning to relax that jaw and pull and not be so tense against your hand about it. All the way down in the stretch again, make it more active and ask for even a bigger step. Bigger step. So he doesn't just stretch down and stop moving. He's got to become larger in the movement as we let him stretch down. There you go. That's getting better now. Now we're starting to get something that looks like a step. Now bring him up on your circle again, and once again, move him a little more into a shoulder 4 on the circle. So move, get your rein shorter, move that outside hand back up the neck again, so you get the rein closer up by the withers. There we go. Once again, we're mimicking what we would do if we were riding a little bit. Now, hindquarters more to the outside. You've got to get him stepping over more in the shoulder in. Keep his pole up a little bit more. So he steps into the outside rein. That's getting better. Again, hindquarters a little more to the outside. You're not quite getting a shoulder in yet. I want to see him step underneath the body a little more. Tap again there, there. Now you're starting to get something there, like that, there. Beginning to step under. Keep it up though. Don't let him stretch down. Keep him where you have him there. Hindquarters more to the outside. He kind of fell apart for you right there. So once again, tap and move the hindquarters more actively to the outside. Go ahead and go large now when you get to the top up here and do a shoulder in down the long side. Long side, it's easier to tell whether or not you're in the right position. And shoulder 4 there. There, that's more like it. That's actually quite good there. Keep him soft right there. That's very nice. That's good. A little easier in this direction. Keep it right there. Now, as you come to the end of the long side here, I want you to ask him to halt again. And I want you to keep softening his jaw and pull a little bit. As you ask him to soften, just giving and taking. That's better there. That a little bit better. Still wanted to sort of tense his lower side of his neck and pull his head up a little bit, but not bad. Circle again, walk on. Doing the same thing again. On the circle and shoulder 4 again. So be sure he's beginning to step over. Move those hindquarters more to the outside. Move up that outside rein again and move the hindquarters around. He's still throwing the shoulder out right now. So now push the hindquarters to the outside, getting a little more control in your outside rein like that. There you go, like that. Now you're getting it. There, there. Now you're starting to get something like that. Now he's starting to step over again into the, that's it. Keep that. Now watch that you're not getting a little in front of him. There you go. Keep that hand back by the saddle there. Keep moving that outside rein back the neck, and you can shorten a little bit and ask him to come up, but ask him a little more activity so that when you take that contact, it pushes up into his back. But if we just let him die, then he just kind of flattens and does nothing. So you can be a little more demanding now with him. He's the kind of horse that you kind of have to ask for things. Tends to be on the lazy side. A little bit, there we go, like that. That's getting better now. Keep that right there. Keep that right there. That's getting better. There, good. Keep it there. And as you come around here, I want you to ask him to halt again right there. And that was better. Yeah, that was better than the last time. He did just totally upside down here. That was pretty good. Let's stop with that and put him on the lunge line for just a moment. Let's put the reins up in the upper position for him today.
Okay.
The way we do it.
You mean like a working? So we'll
Yes.
put him in the D-ring? Okay. Hey, Ron, are you listening? Because I realized I don't have my...
Ron, where are you out there, buddy? We need you to help.
I don't have any baling twine in here.
Did we need baling twine for the top position?
Now that you say that, I don't know that we did. Hey, Ron?
I don't think we did. I think we were fine
Okay.
without that. You're okay. It looks so green out that door right there. We got nothing like that around here.
Yeah. Come here.
Oh, there's Trigger's out there. Got his head down.
Oh, do you see Trigger?
Yeah, just walked by.
That's funny.
Out there over there.
Okay. Whoa. Hey, no. Back up. Back. Thank you. Good boy. I think we're all melting a little just standing. Oh, the problem is I can't really get it through here because of the watch.
Oh, is that the problem? Okay.
Maybe I can figure out. I don't know.
If it's a big problem, let's just put him on the side then for him today. That's all right. Put him on the
back.
That will be okay for him. How's everybody else liking the new horse?
We didn't really introduce them yet, other than they're in the same barn. Like, we didn't put them in the same field or anything yet. I'm trying to decide how to introduce them because right now our horses go out together. I just don't know. Calvin can be a bit of a bully, so can Reese, actually.
Well, you got to be careful if they've got shoes on. They got back shoes on?
Calvin does, actually, but I'm thinking, I don't know if I'll keep him, but yeah, he does. So that's the worry, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because even without the shoes on, they can totally damage each other.
Calvin's more of a biter, and he's in a grazing muzzle, so I'm hoping that, that obviously solves that problem as far as the grazing muzzle. But, yeah, I'm thinking I probably will just introduce two of them, like one horse, to him to start. And it might be Trigger because he's kind of the least.
Or maybe put them next to each other because you've got pins where they can be next to each other without killing each other for a while before they're sure.
And like him and Trigger were next to each other in stalls today.
Oh, yeah.
And they were getting along really well, actually. So that was good. Okay, Calvin. Oh, these are probably really long, actually. I don't know. I think we had these shorter, didn't we?
Yeah, you probably are going to take those a little shorter, yeah. Probably 3 or 4 holes shorter than what you got there.
That's what I thought.
You can stretch into it.
It is really humid out. Is that what I did on that side? Yep.
Well, we're almost 90 outside right now here, but it's not too humid, actually.
The humidity is like 100%, like the last few days. So
melting.
You literally feel like you're in a steam room.
We would be dying experiencing that for one day.
I know, right? I just take like a step and I'm sweaty, so. And the horses are sweating in their stalls. Like they're not even doing anything and sweating.
That's when you know it's hot.
Come on.
Oh, he's got to.
Oh, he's pooping.
Do his thing there. You can set your clock by that horse.
I know. I've been taking him outside first for the peeing. Come on. Okay, wait. Thank you. Ron's new horse actually has a little halflinger in him, which I had to laugh because, you know, I don't know. I never really thought about a halflinger horse, and now we have two that are part halflingers. You can't really see the halflinger in his horse, though, as much. Maybe that's where the height comes from, maybe?
Yeah.
Because it's a shorter horse.
Yeah.
Good boy.
Well, it surprised me when he told me how short that horse was, because he certainly looks like a bigger horse than that on.
I know, doesn't he?
Yeah. Anyway, good. And you can start him into a trot.
Ready? And trot.
Come on, Calvin.
And trot. Good boy.
Just keep trying to yield those hindquarters to the outside, which will give you this effect of making him go faster, but also engaging him. So right now, he needs to do both of those things. Nice there, it's getting better. And keep trying to push the hindquarters a little bit outside. He's still moving with the shoulders outside and the hindquarters to the inside. So when you try to hold him a little more in the middle, so don't let him just pull his shoulders out when you ask him to move the hindquarters. You have to hold on to that line a little bit and be sure he moves the hindquarters and not just moves his whole body in the same position, but further out. So that, once again, there you go. Beginning to happen there a little bit. You're trying to bring your whip up. You still need to move the hindquarters a little bit more outside. That's getting better now, though. Keep that going. There we go.
Come on, trot.
You're active again, little tap. And that's looking better. Starting to pull his belly up a little better. That's looking good. Keep trying to yield the hindquarters a little bit more to the outside. Better. I go ahead and ask him to canter, which is mainly just being done to get him to wake up a little bit. Not so much that we want to canter, but just to make him make the effort.
Ready? And canter.
Good, now back to the trot. That was actually better today.
And trot.
Yeah, a little easier and a little better. It gives us a little better trot afterwards. Keep that going. More like it. Keep that. And go ahead and ask him to canter again.
Ready? Canter. Canter.
Good, and back to the trot.
And trot.
That was actually better today, the canter. Once again, as soon as you come back to the trot, once again, try to get to the middle of your circle, but bring him in off the rail a little bit. So he's not always like, you try to get him to go and he just pushes to the rail with his shoulder instead of moving the hindquarters out. So work a little closer to him in the center there and don't let him just pull his shoulder out to the rail, and see if you can start moving those hindquarters around a little bit more, working a little closer to him, running that lash out. There you go, starting to tap him a little bit there. He's starting to engage a little better now. Like that, there. He starts to work a little harder, like that. Keep pushing those hindquarters to the outside. Don't let him just throw the shoulders out towards the rail. There, now he's starting to move a little bit. That, comes around there. That's more like it. Good, now let him walk and change directions. That was much better. So you need to do more of that, you know, instead of just letting him throw the shoulders out. That
I
was much
definitely
better.
see the difference. That helps, yeah.
Good boy, Calvin.
Good boy. What are you looking at over there?
Mm-hmm.
Come on. Okay, come on. Walk. Walk. Come on. Walk on. Walk. He has a half braid in his mane because the other half came out.
So while you're walking here, now look how his shoulders are thrown way to the outside. So take that moment in the walk. Start right now trying to move those hindquarters to the outside. Don't let him pull you all the way to the rail with his shoulder. Come out in the middle until you get him to move the hindquarters without letting him drag you towards the rail with his shoulders. More hindquarters to the outside. So he just came around that corner and threw his shoulders out to the outside. So now the shoulders are once again way more outside than the hindquarters are. So you may have to just, once again, as I said, hold a little bit on your inside rein there, so or give and take, but just don't let him just pull you to the outside. Again, more actively trying to move the hindquarters now for me. And take a little contact. You got to have a little contact with your line. So take that slack out of your line until you can get him to move the hindquarters. Take the slack out. Now try to use your whip now and swing the hindquarters around to the outside. There you go. Now you're starting to get it like that. So if you don't have any contact with your line, there's this big slack in it. All he's going to do is move his body out. He's not going to move the hindquarters around the way you want him to. Keep taking the slack out of that inside line. See, you got slack in it again. So he's throwing in at you, but not the hindquarters. He's throwing the shoulders in at you without moving the hindquarters out. Again, more actively trying to move the hindquarters. Get contact with your line. So you should feel the contact, because otherwise he's not going to move the hindquarters. See, right there, you should let go of the contact. You're trying to get it to move, but you keep throwing away the contact with the inside rein, which means he's not going to move the hindquarters. You've got to keep a little contact there and not let him just pull you to the outside or talk you into letting go of it. Like, that's better. There you go. Good. That's better. Keep taking the slack out of that inside line. That's better. Now go ahead and ask him to trot.
Trot. Trot. Come on, trot.
Better. Keep trying to move the hindquarters to the outside. Still needs to be more active. Got to run that lash out and give him a few times. I mean, he's got to respond to it. So if you keep clicking and plucking and so nothing's happening, once in a while you got to touch him strong enough to get a response. A little more so. That's it. Go ahead. And if he sucks his ears back, I touch him again. Once again, horses are always trying to train us. So if we you tap him with the whip and he puts his ears back and kind of acts like he slows down, well, you got to tap him again or he's going to just get away with that the next time. It's getting better. That's getting better. Hindquarters moving out a little bit. That's better. Getting a stronger trot over his back. Move them out there again a little bit. Watch him starting to throw the shoulder out again. Contact with your inside line. That's better. Now go ahead and ask him to canter this way.
Ready? And canter. Canter. Canter.
With the whip.
Canter.
Good. Again, tap.
Canter.
Keep going. And again, canter.
Canter. Canter.
Back.
Canter.
And again, it's got to be your idea when he makes that downward transition. Even if you only get 10 strides or 5 strides, and ask him again.
Canter.
Yeah.
Canter.
He's a little stronger. Instead of just snapping it in the whip, you've got to touch him with it, not just cracking it in the whip or waving it in the air. He needs to touch with it.
Come on.
Now trot. That was much better.
And trot.
Ah, okay. That time you got it done. Keep that. So it's not that we have to be cruel, but you've got to realize that, if you start going, do this, and you're never touching him with the whip, a horse like this quickly figures out, they're not going to touch me. So they just do whatever they want to do because they're kind of lazy at heart, if you will. So getting them to go, okay, I really have to do this because you certainly can do it. Good job there. Keep that going now. Now we've got something like a trot. Keep it going. Tap. That's more like it. Good. Now go ahead and let him walk.
And walk.
And you may halt and let's get you mounted up. I want to go ahead and leave the side reins on him today.
Okay.
I'm going to work on just getting him moving actively, and you leave the side reins on for little training wheels there to help you keep him balanced. Hey, Calvin. It's me again, the Wizard of Oz at the end of your ring.
Right? Man behind the screen. Or in the ceiling, anyway. Come on.
Come on, Calvin.
Come on.
Ba-da-bum-ba-bum.
You're a good boy. You're a good boy. Hold on there. Don't go anywhere. Oh, you said leave the side reins on. I forgot about that. I almost took them
Yeah,
off.
leave the side reins on for today. Just because I want to work on getting him active and just going so you don't have to worry about it.
Hey, Ron, can you give me my whip back, please?
Come on, Ron, get with the program there.
He's cleaning up before I'm done. Actually, I think my whip is on the wall, actually, because I had. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Assistant.
Well, that would have been bad. I had the side reins above the rein on this side. There we go. Okay, so I think we're all set.
What?
Okay, come here. Don't eat the sand, please. Come on. Come on. And whoa. Now you overstepped, but that's okay. Oh, wait a second here.
Your rein twisted there? That looks like something.
Yeah, they are.
Something is wrong there. Gotta keep him over his head there.
Okay, Calvin.
Now, are your reins where they're supposed to be now?
Yeah.
Okay, good. There you go. All right. Good. Let's go large for a moment, just making that active walk, swinging forward. So the reins are just on there enough. We're going to work on a nice forward active trot here today, and they'll just help you to steady him while we do that. Notice we're not trying to tie him into a frame here. They're not so short that they're locking him into anything, but they're just a little help if he decides to go up and down a bit so that she can get him a little more consistent in her hands. Go ahead and turn there by the center line and do a leg yield to the left. And shorten your range a little bit now as he starts to work a little closer to you. Begin to shorten your range. That is, his head and neck is coming towards you because he's softening nicely. That's a good thing. But go ahead and do that again when you get to this end, just turning by the center line and leg yield to the left. Always remembering to try to feel that your outside leg is back from the hip and you feel your weight on your inside seat bone by virtue of that. Used to get a little more crossing, a little more stepping under himself there. It's starting to get better now. A little bit more, tapping with your whip there. A little bit more there. Now he's starting to step under, a little more there. The last 3 or 4 steps were good. Go ahead and come right down the center line and do that again. So if you don't feel him lifting underneath your inside seat bone, then you know you're not getting him in quite the right position. So when this is right, every time he steps under and lifts up, you'll feel it pushed up underneath your right seat bone. We like it? Good. Like how you came around the corner, you were already moving into it. That's much better now. There. Much better. Much better there. And he's been softening very nicely for you into the frame. It's much more like it. Keep that. Now go ahead and change the rein across the next diagonal. We'll just, as much as possible, just keep him in this working position where he's not all the way down in the stretch, but we want to soften him a little more. You can see how he comes around here. He's kind of a little bit above the bit, not wanting to use his back quite enough. So as you come and straighten him out, bend him to the left. Begin to develop, bend left. And then we're going to turn by the center line and do a leg yield to the right. Same thing as you did this way. Be sure that you're feeling now under your left seat bone lifting as he steps over. A little more active step. It's still a little pokey there. You're going to tap with your whip there. So you begin to feel an active step. Some horses we have to slow down, and some horses we have to speed up. This is the kind we're always trying to speed up a little bit. You know, always trying to go as slow as you can go. Your leg yield there. Good. That's pretty good there. Very nice. Very nice. Keep that going like that. Good job. Let him lower his neck a little bit. Go ahead and work him into a stretch on the circle here. Let him stretch down into the contact with the side reins now. Move his hindquarters out. So just like we did in the work in hand, it's always that problem with him is he doesn't want to move the hindquarters to the outside because he has to work harder. Same thing here. We still need to move the hindquarters to the outside. So think about swapping ends. You want the hindquarters to the outside, the forehand to the inside. So he just came around that corner and he just threw where he is now. So his shoulders are way outside of the line of the hindquarters. Try that again, bring him a little more into a shoulder in position on the circle. So both hands come a little bit more to the inside. And of course you have to give and take a little bit. Sometimes one rein, sometimes the other, depending on where you feel the tension, without letting it just sort of fix and become rigid. Now move his hindquarters to the outside. Try to do a shoulder in on your circle there again. Move the hindquarters to the outside. Hindquarters more to the outside. He's moving his shoulders to the outside, but he's not moving his hindquarters to the outside. So you may have to give and take a little stronger with your reins when he tries to just run through the rein out there. So you can't just let him start beginning to control the shoulder a little more. Now move the hindquarters more. Go ahead and go large now and do a shoulder forward down the next long side. Think about going through the corner like you're going to go around a circle. Only when you get about a third of the way around, you start the shoulder in right there, going down the long side. Good, not bad. Does it better this way. That is around the rail. Bring the shoulders off a little bit more. Let's see if we can bring the shoulders off the rail a little bit more. Put him a little steeper in that position. There you go, like that. Now that's more like it. A little straighter in the neck. Got a little bit too much bend in the neck, but that's much better. There, go and keep shortening your reins when we do this. Keep shortening your reins so your hands are still out in front of you. So you're not, anytime you feel your elbows and your reins getting back behind your back, your elbows behind your back, and you know you need to just shorten your reins a little bit. Go ahead and do a shoulder in again down this next long side. Shoulders more off of the rail. Shoulders more off the rail. Let your shoulder turn around. That's it, like that. Yeah, better. A little bit more. Keep it coming a little bit more to the inside. So work with your range a little bit to try to help you. That outside range has got to help you bring that shoulder off the rail a little more. Again, down the next long side. Didn't really get it that time. Both hands are going to move to the left to help you control the shoulders and position them where you want them to be while your inside leg keeps them tracking down the long side. That's better. There, keep it there. There you go. Now you're getting it. Now straighten the neck a little bit with your outside rein. You'll have it perfect. Right there, there. Feel it steps into that outside rein. Like that. There, keep it like that. Like that. Good. Now you're getting to soften to the jaw and pull. It's all about getting that outside rein contact. A little bit too much bend in the neck. So once again, take a little bit more on the outside rein and then give a little right there, there. So that's what we're looking for. The same bend in the neck as in the rest of the body. That was good. Change the rein across the diagonal. That was really good that time. Go ahead and let him stretch out to the bridle as we let him stretch as we change the rein across the diagonal. Make the walk more active. Think of every time we let him stretch, you want to be sure that we can feel that he takes a longer, more active step. So he doesn't just get to stretch down and fall into a heap. We want to get him to stretch down and come through behind. There, that's looking better there. He's starting to take a bigger step. And now down the next long side, again, shoulder in. I think that seems to work the best for you to give you the feel of the outside rein. So just like you did in that last direction, you finally got enough outside rein that you got the shoulder to stand up to it a little bit. So the same thing here. So in the beginning of all this stuff, it's about just getting him to step away from the leg. But now, to get complete control, we've got to listen to that outside rein and let us position the shoulders, which he does easily or much easier in this direction. There, right there. Keep it right there. It kind of fell back a little, straighten the neck a little bit. Softening him. That's much better now. Right there. Keep it that. Keep that. There. Feel how he compresses his body a little bit when you do that, when you keep it active like that. That's pretty good. Keep that going. Keep it going. That's good. Keep it going like that. That's pretty good in that direction. Now around a circle, now try to keep that feeling of a little bit shoulder forward. Don't let him, when you start in the circle, don't let him fall apart, which you just did. So once again, stretch up, move those hindquarters around and get him to lift his back up underneath you again. So on your circle, once again, swap ends. Your front end should come towards me now. Bring it right. So think like you're starting down the wall, just like you're going to turn a circle, just like you're going to turn to the inside, but now move the hindquarters, just like, there you go. Now you're starting to get it. Now he's starting to soften. Now keep him there. Don't let him stretch down. Keep him there in that mid position now. Now you lost your outside rein a little bit, so you need to take up on that outside rein a little bit because it came around the corner and all of a sudden he just kind of pulled that out of your hand a little bit. So same thing, think you're making a circle, but then move him into the shoulder in. Same thing here, moving him into the outside rein. Let your hands come to the inside and control that shoulder. Get bigger step moving over, there, like that. Like that, keep that. Soften him a little bit with your outside rein by taking a little bit. So if you feel him coming up on the outside rein, it's the outside rein that has to soften. It's not always the inside rein. It's where we feel the horse escaping us, if you will. Keep that, now go large again. Keep him up in the walk. Don't let him just fall apart. Try to keep the same step. Now come back and shoulder in down this long side again. Pick it up a little tap of your whip. Pick up the tempo a little bit. He's kind of falling behind your leg again. There. So always paying attention to every step. Keep the shoulder in a little bit more. Let me see a little more shoulder to the inside. Shorten your range a little bit. Let him come up in the reins. Get a little more position in the shoulder in. So he has to step up underneath you a little more. That's better. Keep that on now around the circle here. See if we can keep a little shoulder in position. So he just lost it right there. He just lost your outside rein and he kind of fell apart. We lost the back end again. So stretch up. If you try to, you can even use your back as you watch when you see Karen doing it sometime, or me, pulling our shoulders way back, but keeping our chest lifted for a minute to help us rebalance the horse. That's getting better there. That's getting to be a pretty good working walk there. There, starting to soften for you. This is more like it, like this. Good job. Good. Keep that right there. Keep that. That's a pretty good working walk. That's what we want to get to. Now prepare to trot. And trot on rising actively on the circle.
I'm just going to move toward the middle.
That's fine. Yeah, go towards the middle where you feel like the footing is better, of course. And then drop. There we go. Now let your hands lower just a little bit so they're not quite so high. But keep them active.
Trot.
And again, trot. So again, bump with your leg, a little tap with your legs, and the whip together with it till we get them in a stronger trot. Better. There you go. That's getting better. So feeling resisting there because he just kind of threw the shoulders out and lost the hindquarters. There, get that. Now go ahead and go large and do a little shoulder forward down the next long side. And I want you to try to make him more active while you're doing it. You have the wall to help you. So there, like that. Good. Keep it active. Now tap, tap. Get a little more active in it. Like that. Good. So he starts to school him a little bit. So he has to work a little harder. Like that. Good. Now on the circle here. That. A little more active again. Getting a better trot. Now go ahead and let him stretch down. Give the reins and let me see what he does. Start to soften them gently and letting them lengthen out in front of you, but make him more active as we do, just like the walk works. When you've got to keep that motor going behind when we let go a little bit and we start to soften up on him. Keep going. That's getting better. Keep it going. Now give the reins a little bit longer for a minute. Let me see what he does if he stretches into the contact when you're not working with him there, like that. Now just make him more active now. There, like that. That's better. That's better. Now we're getting to a better place. And sometimes you have to just let go for a second and get him moving again. The movement is always, when we lose the movement, we've got to get that back again. Keep that. That's better. Good now. Better now. Keep that. That's better there, good. That. Now just shorten your reins again, just taking the slack out of the reins. And go large. Settle about there. Now I want you to lengthen the stride down the next long side. Think of it as just going faster. I just want to see him activate a little bit and begin to open his stride up. So it's all about loosen your reins now and just make him go. Think of it as just going faster for now. Tap him with the whip so he starts to open up the stride and starts to move a little bit more. That's better. That's getting better. That's getting better. Keep going. There you go. He's starting to stretch into it now. Now circle here. This little open leading rein till we get him to stretch into it. It's all about just keeping the activity right now. So he just stops falling behind your leg all the time. That's better there, like that. And now go large again.
Is he gonna poop? Maybe, maybe not. Calvin. Now you're just playing tricks on me.
Okay. That doesn't work.
Now, what did you say to do?
Just keep going. You're doing fine now. Now I want you to lengthen the stride again down the next long side. So think of loosening the rein and just tap him with the whip again, get more active. There you go, like that. That's what I want to see. Then he finally opened up the stride a little bit and stretched into it. That. Good. Now go large again, and again down this long side. Just think about getting him to lengthen the stride. Tap him with the whip if you have to, if he doesn't take off when you put your leg on. That's what the whip is for, is to teach lightness to the legs. We never want to be kicking. We tap lightly and tap him with the whip if we need to. That's more like it now. Keep that going. Keep that going. Now go on around the ring like that. Now he's at least getting over his back and he's starting to swing. That's good. Keep that. And then once you get there, now try to just shorten your range and let your hands come in front of you without taking any more on his mouth. Just correcting that like that, so you don't go around for very long with your hands up in that upper position like that. Keep that going like that. This is better now. Slack out of the rein. Keep it going. Now again, change the rein across the next diagonal.
I guess he was going to do that anyway.
Yeah, he was going to do that anyway. Great minds. Keep that going. Just go large, just like you're doing. Once again, open away from us. Ask for a little more trot. Try to open the stride. You'll know it's right when he starts to stretch into the contact, because that's when he actually starts to work hard enough to do something with his back end. Keep that going. Good, like that. Go ahead and do that again down the next long side. Just active, just keeping him active. Just trying to find that place where he will then, and of course, once we get there, try to do nothing at all for a couple of minutes or another seconds or however long he will hold it without you having to intervene again. That's what we're trying to do. We want a horse to get to the point where they'll stay where we ask them to stay until until we ask them to change again, if we're judicious about what we do. Keep that going large. But right now with him, it's just instilling that instinct to want to keep going.
I can't tell
what
what he's doing. He keeps stopping on me. I think he has to poop.
He's acting like he is trying to poop a little bit now. Maybe he's decided to do that. He's always better after he does. Maybe not.
No, he did go.
Gassy.
He went.
I went there. There you go. A little bit out.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Back to our trot again. Now again, lengthen coming back towards me here. So again, try to lower your hands, shorten your reins if you need to when you get to that point, but keep them going. It's okay to raise your hands for a moment when you need to follow him upwards, but you want to put him right back down again as soon as the horse responds. Keep that going. Good. That's getting better now. Getting better all the time. Keep it going. And again, lengthen down the next long side. A little tap with your whip. Give him a tap with your whip. Let me see him work harder. Tap. All right. He's trying to say, oh no, I'm working hard enough. Keep going. Keep going. Don't stop. Don't stop if you can.
I lost my stirrup.
I lost it.
To be honest, it's really, really deep in here. I do feel bad for him.
You can stay down. Just stay. I keep forgetting that, but if you just, turn where you want to turn there. Don't, if I tell you to go large, instead of turn where you think it's comfortable. There you go. Now tap with your whip. I want to see him open up that stride. That's all I care about right now. Tap. He works hard enough to begin to push off his back end. There, like that. Then all of a sudden you get it. It's that little bit more that gives you the push you need to push up into his back. Again, lengthen down this long side. As far as you want to go. That's better. That's better. Keep it going. Turn wherever you like there, as you said, to deal with the deep footing. And lengthen going away from us again. We want to see a little bit more. That's better. That's better. Got a little bit there. Keep it going. Keep it going right to the short side. Try to keep that same energy right to the short side. Don't. There you go. Like that. Keep it going. Tapping with the whip as soon as he kind of stops on you there again. Of course, use your leg first, but you're going to need that little tap of your whip there a little bit. Keep it going now. And again, lengthening on the long side. Try to get a little more of a lengthening. Think of just activating that back end there until he comes over his back again, like that. I can see where he gets into the deep stuff there. That is difficult on him.
I mean, he really just doesn't want to move in it.
Yeah, I hear you. Go ahead and change the rein across the diagonal now. Kind of try to keep him at the other end there a little bit. That's better. Good. Correct your rising diagonal. There you go. Good. Now circle down here. It's not a big circle. Open leading rein. But you get changed there. So once again, generating more activity on the circle here. Trying to stall on you there. Tap again. There, like that. Good. Like that. Good now. Keep that. Now remember, when you're going to use your whip, you've got to be sure that you don't hit him in the mouth, which you did there a second ago. So be sure that you can use that without pulling at the same time, because that's going to totally confuse him. He wants to stop anyways. So we don't want to give him indication to stop. Keep it going. Tap again. There, that's better. Like that. Keep that going. Like that. So you keep the motor running. Right there. Right there. Keep that. Circle again. Keep that. Active. Like that. Good. Tap again. Right there. So don't let him stall. There. Good. Tap again. Don't let him stall right there. Way forward again. Oops.
I don't know if you're going to see us.
You're hooked on the, I think your whip hooked on the.
It wasn't the whip, it was my foot.
Your foot.
And it kind of freaked him out because we definitely almost pulled the whole chain off.
Yeah. Okay.
It's okay. See? It's okay.
Okay. But go ahead and trot. You don't want to, he just, once again, we don't want to let him get away with that. He just found an excuse to be lazy. Keep it going. And around your circle, like that. Another tap with your whip, because he's stalling out on you again.
It's okay. It's okay.
Tap.
Boy.
Correct your rising diagonal now. Yeah, that's better, like that. Like that, keep it going. Good.
Come on. It's okay.
Keep it going. Now go large. Or down to about midway, so you don't get down to that super deep stuff. That's more like it, right there. Start the circle right there so you don't get too far down there. More active, give him a tap again, he's stalling. Go a little bit more. Tap, tap again. Getting better. There, right there. That's more like it. Now he's starting to get in the right frame. Keep that going. That's more like it. Now let him come back to a walk again. Very nicely done. All right, you can come on down here and dismount, and let's talk about this and what we see here.
Come on. Good boy. Come on. Keep looking. I know it's hard.
Good fellow. All right, so I think what he's gotten a little bit, and I think because you've been a little careful with the footing and all this, he's just kind of getting lazy again. So what I'd like to see you do, I mean, before we can do much, he's got to just go consistently. If he doesn't go consistently, then you're just, you're up there fussing around trying to get him to do something, and he's behind your leg all the time.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see you do some sessions this week on the lunge line with him, and have two of you. So one of you's on the ground with the whip, and the other one is got the line, so that one of you can keep him moving. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
In other words, lunge with two people. One person has the whip, one person has the line. And just try to get him, just once again, that little more activity than he wants to give you, and get him to hold it consistently for a while. And so the first place to work on that is on the lunge line, because he's doing the same thing on the lunge line. He tries to just fall out and fall in, and and I know it's hot and all that kind of thing affects this kind of horse, because he's kind of a lazy type of horse to begin with. So, but that's where, once again, you can't really school much until you have some kind of consistent flow of the motor going, right? So that's what we need to work on with him. So some lunging sessions with the two of you, one of you holding the line, one with the whip, and just really keep him active and keep those motors, that motor going, and don't let him do that thing of just constantly trying to turn off on you. So he has to hold it for a good 5 minutes at a time or something before you give him a rest, and then the same thing the other way. And go ahead and canter him more. His canter is looking a lot better, and I think he can do that. And once again, it helps. Canter builds wind. So anytime we can canter with stuff like this, it helps them build their wind power a little bit and their sustainability, because that's where you're at right now, because it's hard to ride because he's dying on you every second side, so it's a little bit difficult. So that's what we need to do, is just go back and really school that primarily on the lunge line. And then even, once that gets good, maybe going back a couple of times to the thing of one of you on the, be on the horse and somebody else on the ground, if that's what it is, to keep him going. So he just gets in this idea that he doesn't get to just stop every 10 seconds, because he's kind of in that mode of, no, it's too deep, it's too hot, it's too, it's like the fat boy at the gym. I would say, you got to get them some motivation before they're going to do something. So try that this week and really work on just getting that activity and consistent go, like till that motor just starts running. So you're not having, if you're still having to whip every stride on the lunge line, it's going to be the same way when you get up there, So just to start powering and understanding he's got to stay in that power for some consistent amount of time while you're doing it. And that will begin to help everything.
That makes sense.
But I think the summer, because we were seeing more of that, his more willingness to keep going. But as summer's come and it's gotten hotter, obviously, and then of course your new ring and all that you kind of slacked off on him a bit. And you feel sorry, it's deep in there, and it is. But unfortunately, if we slack off on him because we're being kind, they take it. Okay, now I get to go that way all the time. Does that make sense? So we have to be sure you're understanding how horses think. However they are is how they want to be. So if they're a bit lazy, anything that lets them be a little lazy, they're going to go, oh, this is great. Let's go back to being lazy. So that kind of thing, getting some consistent movement. And Ron, fantastic job on your new horse, man. I'm very excited for you. I think you really found a winner there. And I certainly didn't see any holes in him. It's going to be a great horse for you. Really nice.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
So it's a big change. So it's good.
That's wonderful. Once again, keep Trigger going. So once again, even maybe down the road, you pass him on to somebody else, but he needs to continue his training anyway in order to be something for anybody down the road. But you've done a great job on him. But this horse you'll be getting there a lot quicker. What we saw here today, how easy all this was for him. This is the kind of horse that's just begging to be trained correctly, and he's going to go for you.
No, it's awesome. I'm really excited. Thank you, Darcy, for finding him.
Yes, thank you. Any questions, you two, today?
I think we're in good shape.
All right. Well, thank everybody for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the lessons today. And if you have any questions, you can always put them on the Facebook site there, and we'll be happy to answer them about what we're doing. All right, gang. We'll see you all next week, same time, same channel, huh?
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Good job. Thank you.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.
Calvin. He's like, I'm really tired, Mom.